China's sweeping claims of sovereignty over the sea have provoked competing claimants: Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, Taiwan, Indonesia, and the Philippines. Non-claimants like the USA, India, Australia, and Japan want the South China Sea to remain as international waters with freedom of navigation. Over the past few years, China has used a rapidly expanding navy and coastguard to enforce its claims to reefs and rocks far out at sea. China has employed dredging fleets to build artificial islands, runways on them, and have set up military infrastructures. They've chased Philippine and Vietnamese fishermen from disputed grounds and poached in neighbors' exclusive economic zones. Recently, China tried building a high mountain road in sparsely populated Dokhlam plateau in western Bhutan, which was thwarted by Indian forces. These events clearly outline China's increasingly aggressive behaviors and have brought the US and India closer. The world's oldest democracy and world's largest democracy is now joining hands to counter China. Since 2016, India has been designated as a major defense partner of the US. US has said it will treat India at a level at par with that of the United States' closest allies and partners. US President Donald Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi pledged to deepen their defense and security cooperation. In this video, we look at how the US is helping India to counter China. Let's get started.
Number 5.
Ski jump aircraft carriers like India's INS Vikramaditya have limitations regarding how much ordnance can be loaded on the aircrafts. Steam catapult aircrafts of similar category can carry 3 times as much as payload compared to ski jump aircrafts. But steam catapult used in American Nimitz class requires a lot of steam piping, a large condensate return, and tons of fresh water. They also have a lot of maintenance issues. Plus, with steam actuation, the majority of the force is being transferred to the airplane at the beginning of the stroke in a jolt. This puts stress on an airframe and thus reduces lifespan of the multi-million-dollar planes. EMALS installed in Ford class uses linear induction motor with an electric current to generate a magnetic field. That field then propels a carriage down a track. Since the power delivery is linear, it negates the deficiencies of steam catapult. It's also lighter than a steam catapult system and cheaper to operate. Due to its flexible architecture, EMALS can launch a wide variety of aircraft weights and can be used on a variety of platforms with differing catapult configurations. It's a state-of-the-art technology and only Ford class has it. India had sent a letter of request to the US government during the Obama administration for EMALS built by General Atomics for INS Vishal aircraft carrier, which is currently in design phase. INS Vishal will be India's first supercarrier. The Trump administration sent a response to India recently about its decision to release this technology. It must be noted that US is assisting in different aspects of engineering INS Vishal.
Number 4.
On November 30th of last year, India signed the Letter of Agreement and Acceptance (LOA) with the US to buy 145 M777s through the Foreign Military Sale (FMS) route. The M777 Howitzer is a towed 155mm artillery piece. It's a successor to the M198 Howitzer. It's manufactured by BAE Systems Global Combat Systems Division. This is the first major buy for the Mountain Strike Corps. The Mountain Strike Corps has been specially raised to defend India's border with China. The M777 is designed with weight and size in mind. It's lighter than any other 155mm howitzer, having a weight of only 4,100 kilograms. The lighter weight and smaller size allows the M777 to be transported by the C-17 and C-130J aircraft, CH-47 helicopter, as well as trucks with ease. This will give the Indian Army tremendous flexibility in operations, especially in mountainous terrain. Under the Make in India initiative, the gun's assembly, integration, and testing will be shifted to India.
Number 3.
The US has cleared the sale of Predator Guardian drones to India. The Indian Navy has made the request for this intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance platform last year. The purchase of drones manufactured by General Atomics marks the first of its kind from the US by a country that's not a member of NATO. The Sea Guardian is a variant of the tested MQ-9 platform. This unmanned aircraft can fly for 40 hours uninterrupted. With the inclusion of Guardian drones, India's range to keep a watch in the Indian Ocean will increase manifolds and help keep a tab on Chinese vessels.
Number 2.
India and the US last year underscored their military partnership with the signing of a deal worth over $1 billion for the purchase of 4 additional Poseidon 8I long-range maritime surveillance and anti-submarine warfare aircraft. The contract is a follow-up to the 8 P-8I planes already bought by India in a direct deal with Boeing's Indian subsidiary worth $2.1 billion in 2009. The P-8I is a long-range anti-submarine warfare, anti-surface warfare, intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance aircraft capable of broad area, maritime, and littoral operations. Equipped with the sophisticated Harpoon missiles, lightweight torpedoes, and rockets, the Indian Navy has been using the P-8I to keep watch over the Indian Ocean, which has seen forays by Chinese submarines, including the docking of a Chinese nuclear submarine in Sri Lanka.
Number 1.
India and the US had signed an important agreement in 2016. The Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, LAMOA, allows them to use each other's land, air, and naval bases for repair and resupply. With the signing, the long-contemplated logistics agreement finally become operational. This is a major step forward toward reinforcing defense ties. LAMOA simplifies logistics sharing. Here's the benefit. The US Navy plans to deploy 60% of its surface ships into the Indo-Pacific in the near future. Instead of having to build facilities virtually from the ground up, as in Afghanistan and Iraq, the US now has the benefit of using the tremendous Indian facilities. US have a large number of bases around the world, and this will be strategically very helpful for India. This is a significant step keeping in mind the growing Chinese naval might and is a win-win for both the US and India. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more videos like this. Hit the like button if you find the video interesting, and kindly provide your feedback in the comment section. This will help us improve.